Hello everyone, welcome to Court with Krissy. Life after Attorney Karen, it's beginning again. And I'm kicking it off with these 4 court shorts. The first one launches right at 100. Also, you want an update on the free e-bike? While they didn't go live, I looked it up. Here's the verdict. You might want to push pause. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
I bet you are. Right here. Right, Deborah. Deborah, right here. I can make it. Thank you, Deborah.
Jim got any injuries? Miss Mandenberg, can you hear me?
Yes. I have laryngitis because I have pneumonia.
Okay, well, we're gonna wait and hold off and see you tomorrow then. So maybe you'll be feeling better at that time.
I want to be seen today.
Well, you're gonna have to go. Okay,
I have laryngitis.
Okay.
I have pneumonia. I went to the hospital.
Okay. So, Miss Mandenberg, we're gonna see you tomorrow. I'm sorry for the officer's inconvenience or for your inconvenience, but we will see you tomorrow.
Why didn't I get a lawyer the first day I was here? Why haven't I had a phone call? Where's the lawyer I asked for when I first got here?
Tomorrow?
I have not seen a lawyer at all. Zero. I've not had a meal because they give me garbage. I haven't had anything to drink because all there is tap water on the toilet. I'm a human being.
Okay.
No, is it okay for me to be human? Because I didn't know
it is
was.
Okay.
Why
it is
are
okay
you
for
doing
you
this
to
to
be
me? My husband took the house, threw me out, brought me under kidnapping because I wasn't arrested. This is false.
Okay.
I think she's gonna.
Okay, what are you interrupting me for? You didn't even ask what happened to me. You don't even want to hear what happened to Jim.
I think she'll want to exercise her right
to remain silent. The windows in my house cannot even be blown out with a gun because he replaced them with unbreakable windows.
She will, if you could silence her, Your Honor, I think at this point she needs to talk to an attorney before she's arraigned. And I think that would be important so that she doesn't say anything to incriminate herself. She'd exercise her absolute right to remain silent.
I will not remain silent. Those windows at my house will not break.
Please.
So thank you, sir. We will see Ms. Mandenberg tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Hubble, for your assistance.
This is State of Ohio versus Laura Lockard. Case number is 22CR 39727. Ms. Lockard is present today. Without an attorney, the state is represented by Travis View. Would you like to have an attorney represent you?
No, thank you.
Okay. So you filed a motion for judicial release.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask probation for a report.
At this point, probation is not recommending judicial release. Ms. Lockard has received 27 total write-ups and rule infractions since she's been incarcerated. We had this set for a hearing last August, but due to the 10 additional write-ups she received between the conference and that hearing, we did not go on the record, and she was given the opportunity to file another motion down the line. To prove to the court that she could remain infraction-free. She was set for a conference in December. At that point, she had 8 additional write-ups at that point between August and December. We set it for a hearing for today. Between that conference in December and today, she's received 6 additional write-ups. I think that she's been given plenty of opportunities to show the court that she can remain infraction-free and comply with the rules. However, she hasn't done so. I don't believe she's going to be amenable to community control. However, the court is willing to move forward with judicial release. I would recommend a CBCF.
Okay, thank you. How much credit does she have?
She currently has 708 days of prison time credit and 2 days of jail time credit.
So 710 days being behind bars. Um, And what was her sentence again?
36 months. Your Honor.
36 months.
Your Honor, she was given a 36-month prison sentence. That the agreement between the parties was that she would not file for judicial release until she had served at least 12 months, but that we would evaluate her primarily her conduct while incarcerated as a condition of judicial release as part of the original agreement between the parties. Certainly from the state's perspective, her continued discipline record while incarcerated does not make her a good candidate for community control for judicial release.
Okay, thank you. Ma'am, is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, there is. You know, I have been rehabilitated since I went back, and I know that my record on my tickets don't show good, but I did get 15 certificates. I did my NA meetings. I did do college courses too, got good days. It's really hard in there not to get the tickets on, you know, out of place tickets. It's mainly what I got. When I came back in August, I had 3 intoxications and fighting. Since I went back, I haven't did that. I focused on my sobriety and myself, and that's what I did. I went back and got my education and my sponsor and got help that I needed. And I feel like I would be a good candidate. Before I went to prison, I was on house arrest, and you know, I was following, you know, I did have a couple dirty for marijuana, but I was following my stipulations. So I would just like the opportunity to go home and get this chance. And, you know.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know, I am a mother to a 17-year-old. I would just like the opportunity to go home and show that I can be a candidate for community control.
What were the nature of the write-ups since the very last time we looked at this?
The new write-ups and rule infractions are for, consistently being out of place, theft of another inmate's items, not following direct orders, and during a self-search, she was found to have been given fresh tattoos.
Okay. Well, I agree you were doing better, but you knew that this was going to be a problem if you continued to have write-ups. You know what the rules are. You didn't follow the rules. We gave you 3 chances since you've been in prison. I'm denying the motion for judicial release. That's all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, thank you.
All right, calling into court from a phone number ending in 9980. What's your name?
Savannah Sharp.
All right. So, Ms. Sharp, you are no longer eligible to be arraigned over Zoom because you will not get a PR bond. You will, in fact, have to post $300 cash sureties to not be in jail. So what we're going to do is reset your arraignment. You'll come in person to be arraigned, but you will need to bring that $300 cash surety with you in order to not be incarcerated, all right?
Okay, I already paid my license. I can pay my fines off.
Okay, that has nothing to do with this, man. You have 3 of these. For the 5 of these this year,
Right.
You will have to post bond on even more than 1 of them, and if you plead guilty or get found guilty, you will be going to jail.
The prosecutor was supposed to drop it after the first one. It was just, he didn't drop it until the next time I went, so it was a big mistake, and this has all been drawn out. So I'm so sorry, and it won't happen again because I have my license back. So yeah.
Is this a good address for you on road?
What? No, I just got my papers today saying I might arraignment today.
And what is your new address?
Nope, I never had that address. My address is on.
Okay.
And
all right. So like I said, we will reset these and send out the notice to you there. But you will have to come in person, and you will have to bring bond in for these matters. If you do not have that bond, you will be incarcerated.
Okay, I have a question. So the ticket for no driver's license in my person, that was written for Otsego Township, and it wasn't even at Otsego. So does that make it a valid ticket?
Yes, ma'am.
It was in Plainwell.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. Anywhere in Allegan County, you can't drive on a suspended license.
I understand, but on my ticket it says I was pulled over in Otsego, and I was not. and then she was on my
You
own
can,
property.
you can
so-
argue that if you, at your trial, ma'am. It would not mean that the ticket is invalid.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you.
Sure, okay. Thank you. Yep.
Tanya Troop.
Hello. Hi.
Miss Troop. Are you there? There she is. All
Yes,
right.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hi.
right.
My
Hello,
mom
good-
see you too, Mario.
I was looking forward. I knew we were going to have two back-to-back really good reviews. I was looking forward to this morning for a while. So, Mr. Marana, Ms. Troop is here for a potential final review. Where do we stand?
Yes, Your Honor, we are in full compliance with probation at this time. She was placed on non-reporting probation in March of this year where testing was deleted. She's completed outpatient counseling. She's been attending her support group meetings. She's completed her 45 hours community service work, completed an victim impact panel, and testing was deleted at her last court hearing. I did reach out to Ms. Troop indicating of her support group meetings, and she indicated that for the month of basically April, she assumed that when she went on non-reporting that those stopped as well. I told her that those had to continue, so she did double up on all those support group meetings, and I did clear it with the court previously, and we did indicate that that would be okay and sufficient, and she has been doing all of her support group meetings since. Ms. Troop is in full compliance with probation center.
All right, Ms. Troop, how are you doing? How are things going? How are you feeling about life in general? Can you give me an update?
I'm feeling really good. Life is going great. Just like Bianca, I've got some big shoes to follow. This has been such a motivational like court time. I can't, of just the passion that you pour into everybody and just knowing everything is just really it's an awe-inspiring thing to witness with the judicial system, honestly. So if I ever have the opportunity, I tell you all the time that I'm gonna say, no, my judge, I don't know about your judge. And my probation officer, they're awesome. And like I've always told everybody, what was perceivably a burden was really a blessing in disguise for me. This whole situation, it honestly was. And I'm thankful to have gone through the process. Oh, and my son got married.
Hey, congratulations. How was this? How was the ceremony? Everything go okay?
Well, everything went okay. They actually spontaneously eloped, and they happen to live in Vegas, so it's perfect anyway. But they were high school sweethearts. They've been together since they were in the 10th grade in high school, and they were going to be witnesses for some best friends. And I talked to him every day on the phone from his way home from work. And I said, you guys should just do it. And he said, I know, right? And I was like, oh my God. So they did. But they're going to have an actual ceremony in February where we can all go. But I was on FaceTime with him when he did it. There's my only child. So it's a real blessing.
Congratulations. And Mom, what's your take on everything that Ms. Troop has accomplished and where she's at right now? What are your thoughts about, she's worked so hard, she's really taking care of herself. Now she looks great, she sounds great. You know, what are your thoughts?
I am just so grateful. Just like she said, I'm grateful for you, Judge, because you have just poured into so many people some really good opportunities to better themselves. I'm grateful for Mario because he's just been wonderful as a probation officer. And I just thank you all for everything that you've done. It's just truly been a blessing. What at first started out to seem to be so bad turned out to be so good. So thank you all so very much.
Oh, I tell you, ma'am, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for saying that. And thank you for being a great support for your daughter. I mean, again, I think you saw, what we saw, and there was a light within her that it was being covered up. It was not being able to be displayed to the world. And like, it's not your nature, ma'am, to be negative or to be in a dark place. Your nature is to be, caring and loving and a bright spot in this world. And so that's the way I look at how we were able to get this done is, we're able to identify what it was that was dragging you down, make sure you're separated from that which is negative, and your eyes are open. So if it comes knocking on your door again, you know what to look out for.
Right.
But mostly just the whole point of this is to show you a mirror and remind you who you really are. What's your purpose here, right? What it is that you're meant to be doing. And that is taking care of yourself so that you can connect and be a positive part of so many people's lives. And so, Ms. Troop, I'm happy again. I knew today, that we're going to have some really good stories. And I'm very grateful for having had the chance to work with you. I'm very grateful for the job that Mario's done in connecting you and making you believe in yourself and encouraging you through this whole process. So the challenge now, Ms. Troop, is get greedy. All right. What else is out there for you in this world that maybe you have had signed off on and said, maybe it's not going to happen for me, or I'm just stuck with this. You don't have that mindset anymore. So get greedy. Go find out what else you can do. Okay.
I sure will. I love that. Get greedy.
Yes. So again, it's the order of this court that Ms. Troop is in full compliance. She is discharged from probation with improvement. I am going to waive $450 due to early discharge. If there's any other balance, she can chip away at that over time. I'm not looking for that money right away. Just try to put something on it when you can, Ms. Troop, okay? But most importantly, the same thing I said to Ms. Hargrove, drop us a line every once in a while, if you can, and just let us know that you're still in a good, healthy place, because it's hard to do the work that we did and just sort of separated,
Right. Separation anxiety, yes.
So definitely drop a line every once in a while, okay?
I sure will.
Congratulations, Ms. Troop. All the best to you. And thank you very much, Mom, for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Well
Bye,
done.
Mario.
Take care.
Take care, Ms. Troop.
Okay, bye-bye.